Hello, all niggas and bitches. Welcome to Digny's Wild World of Girls. We're sitting here with the baddest bitch. That's right. Well, Trina, tell us a little something about yourself. Hustler. I'm the queen of the South shit type. Sexy. Specializing for late show. All about my pace. I never was a fake coat. Okay. Shout out to Trina. Shout out to Miami. Shout out to Florida. Let's get to it. All right. Selling Tampa, episode 3. All right. So stuff started to heat up a tad bit more. So let's get to it. So my notes, y'all. Hold on. So we start off. Oh, crap, I got this long piece of motherfucking hair. Okay. Anyway, so Selling Tampa episode 3. Let's go. So Sharelle and Joanna. Well, we go to Sharelle's house. She's at her house getting food together for Joanna. So Joanna comes over, and this conversation is really short. This review ain't gonna be long because like stuff happened, but I condensed it. So anyway, they're talking about Sharelle's mom's house. As we know, her house burnt down, but she said that the insurance company is good and that she'll be back into her house by Christmas. So thank God for that. Amen. And then Sharelle, says to Joanna, like, I can't believe you didn't tell me, that you was getting a divorce. Like, that's crazy. So they talk about that a little bit. And then Sharelle asks, like, Joanna, is she, like, in a place to date yet? And she's like, I don't really know. I'm not sure. Let me tell you something. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. The cast on this show are, like, top tier, beautiful. Every single... Not one. What do they be saying online? What do the kids be saying? Oh, the face cards never decline over there. Okay, there's not one basic person on this cast. Everybody is beautiful. Joanna's skin is like goals. Do you see her skin? Goals. Same with Colony. Goals. Anyway, let's keep going. So then we go to Colony and Ann. Of course, I called him CNA because best way, but little duo. So they go to this bar or whatever, and they talk about the double date, I guess, that they had the night before. Now, Colony said that the guy was nice. I mean, both of them the guys was cute. They was cool. They was whatever. But she said she was interested, and it seemed like he was interested. But then at the very end, he didn't pay the bill. What kind of archaic society are we living in that men aren't paying the bill anymore? Let me tell you something. See, this is exactly why I'm not single. Because, see, that's the type of shit I ain't got time for. We're gonna go out and you're not gonna pay. Like, if you ain't got it, I got it. But where the hell is the chivalry? Chivalry? There we go. Where is that? Snow, if you touch... I'm talking to my dog, yeah, hold on. If you touch my thingy, my tripod, I'm gonna beat your ass. Just telling you now. Okay. Anyway, like that's weird ass shit. So anyway, then Ann talks about the offer that she got for the $8.5/$9 million house that we seen in the first episode, and she said that she's gonna go back to the house to try to get her client to bump up his offer, even though she doesn't really see a problem because to her, an offer is an offer. And it's like, I get that, but it's not even half of what they're asking for. So you're gonna have to get him to bump that up in. Yes, absolutely. And they talked. Colony and Ann talked about how, I think the conversation was about like the way that they dress or something like that. Snow, move now, because you're gonna hit it, so move. Thank you. But they're funny as hell. I forgot what they was talking about, but they just pretty much, Ann was like, the aunties are jealous. And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that the aunties are jealous. That cracks me the fuck up. I don't know why it's funny to me that they call them the aunties. That's hilarious. I don't know why. Probably because I'm the same age as Ann, so that's just funny to me. So anyway, so then we go to Tennille and Alexis. I told y'all Tennille is my favorite person on this show so far. Her energy, here, love her. So then we meet up with Tennille and Alexis. Now we haven't really heard nothing about Alexis. Alexis just kind of been in the corner like quiet, so I've been wondering when we was gonna get to her. So we get to her. So Alexis is a little bit newer than the rest of the girls. Tennille says she has been in and out of real estate, but she hasn't really like committed or anything. But I guess Alexis now wants to really commit to doing this, and she is the wife of an NFL player. And I think they show a little flashback at the meeting, and Sharelle was talking to Alexis and said, like, your numbers are low. Like, your numbers pretty much are extremely low, so I'm going to pair you up with Tennille to, try and get you a little bit more experience. Now, Tennille feel like, for real, Alexis just don't have the work ethic. I can see that, and I don't mean by looking at Alexis, I mean that too, but also in the sense of, like, your husband is an NFL player. it don't seem to me like they have any children together. So that is a ridiculous, even if y'all did, you would still have a ridiculous amount of money. So I'm pretty sure she hasn't had to do anything. You know what I mean? So I could see that. I could see Alexis thinking that she's putting in a lot of work, but in actuality, it's like, girl, no. Anyway, so she showed her the house. The house is worth 11.1 million. The commission is 330. I said, yes, ma'am. That's a nice commission. Okay, 5 bedrooms. I think it's 5 bathrooms too, but I'm not sure. The house is cool. The house is cool. It ain't my favorite, but it's cool. It's cool for what it is. So they go and they talk to the owner. The owner used to be like a playmate, and she sold like, she got her money pretty much for selling like these bras on QVC. I was just telling my boyfriend, man, you don't know how much money people really be making. Let's go to Lisa Rinna for a second for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That's how Lisa for the longest time made her money and still makes her money, is off of selling from QVC. Crazy. Anyway, so once they see the house and everything, Tennille and Alexis, they go into the back, like, you know, like the little, what is it? The dock, I guess you'd call it, or whatever. Looking out at the water. Looks really, really nice. Now, Tennille asks Alexis, like, okay, so are you sure you're going to be able to bring the clients in? Because Alexis was like, I know a lot of people that would like this. Like, they would really, really like this. And so Tennille's like, okay, so you got the clients. Like, you got the clients you're going to be able to bring in? She was like, yes, I have the clients. And Tennille was like, with verifiable funds? And she was like, yes. Oh, my goodness. Like, yes, I know a lot of people that would be interested. And I'm like, all right, girl, Alexis, we'll see. Now, I'm not going to doubt that she has connections because, again, she is married to an NFL player. So I'm pretty sure she do know probably either other NFL wives or other NFL players or something within that world. And those people got money. So I'm not doubting her that she has the clients, but we'll see if she can rope it in and reel it in, okay? Because it's more than just having the house. You got to be able to sell it. Okay, let's keep going. So then we have Rinna and Sharelle. Rinna and Sharelle, they go and they meet up for lunch. Now, let me tell you about this part. Sharelle, no ma'am. No ma'am. We're going to get into it, Sharelle, why no ma'am. So they sit down and Sharelle's like, you know, I just wanted to talk to you. No, I thought she was going to talk to her about the commission split, but that's not what it was about. So she sat down and she was like, you know, I just wanted to talk to you, Rinna, because somebody came and told me that you have your broker's license, and I'm just confused as to why you didn't tell me. Before Rinna even opened her mouth, I said, she don't have to. I'm lost. Is there somewhere in y'all contract that y'all signed to work for her that says if y'all get y'all license, y'all gotta tell her? Because I'm lost. Because you don't. And Rinna said the exact same thing. Rinna was like, I don't have to tell you that. And she was like, the reason why, and I like the way Rinna broke it down. She broke it down correctly. She said, number one, I have a problem with the commission splits. You know that. I have a problem with them constantly changing. Number two, we're going back to the first episode, I wasn't in the marketing materials. You did all of that marketing material and you left me out. So I'm keeping my options open. Boom. Exactly. That makes sense. So Sharelle, of course, gets all up in her feet. She's like, well, you can go. You can go. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to include you in, I'm never going to include you guys in finances. And Rinna said, okay, that's fair, but then pretty much like, let me live and let me keep my options open if that's how you feel. And Sharelle was like, well, I'm just more so mad, not because you got your broker's license, but I'm mad because I had to find out from somebody that pretty much wasn't you. And Rinna said, I don't have to tell you. And then Sharelle was like, well, ditto, as far as like the commission splits. And I'm like, okay, Sharelle, girl, see this? Sis, I want to like you. Like, I like Sharelle and I want to like her more. But the way that you're running this or the way that you're handling this situation, Rinna, it's not cool. It's not professional. Like, it's none of that. You get in your fifis and you buck up every single time anybody has anything to say about anything. And if you want to run your business like that, fine, right? But then don't expect to have the confidence of your agents. That's pretty much the better thing. You can't walk around and say, oh, I'm big dog and everybody just shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down and listen to what I say. But then at the same time, expect for your agents to come to you and be honest with you about stuff that they have going on. Maybe if you was a little bit more, I don't know, inviting or a little less tense anytime somebody asks you anything. Maybe Renna would have had no problem coming to you and being like, look, girl, let me tell you, Sharelle, boom, I got my broker's license. So what I was thinking is maybe I could help you out. Maybe we can open the office somewhere else and I could run that office, or I can keep this office here and you can run it. And maybe she would have talked to you about expanding the business a little bit more. But when you come off the way you come off, why would anybody want to tell you anything? And to be fair, she's right. The same way you are right, Sharelle. You do not have to tell these women anything about your finances as far as your business. You don't. But the same goes for her. She doesn't have to tell you what the hell goes on in her life outside of here. And for you to feel entitled, because that's what's bothering me. You got so much entitlement that you sat her down to say that I found out from somebody else and not you. First of all, did you give her the chance to tell you? How do you know that she wasn't going to tell you? You so quick to, I don't know. I don't like the way so far that Sharelle is running this business. She's running it very much so, like Renna said, made a great point. You're running it like a military, and it's not that. You think that you're the highest ranking official around here, which you are, but you think that everybody else has to fall in line and has to fall in ranks, and they do not. They can easily pick up their shit, like you said, and go. And that's what Sharelle's really mad about. You're really mad because Renna has her broker's license, so that means she could possibly open a new business. That's what you're really upset about. Where are we at in time? Blah, 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 blah. I can't even see, but let's keep on. So then we go to Ann, and Ann is showing the house to her client, the $8.5 million, $9 million house. So she FaceTiming him so that she can show him the house a little more, hopefully get a higher offer. His highest offer that he's willing to go up to is $4 million. Now, Ann brought up before that she feels like the reason why, when they was at the bar, she said she feels like, number one, the house isn't worth $9 million, which it might not be, right? It might be listed at $9 million, and a lot of times, people who list something higher, they're not expecting to really get that amount, but still, $3 to $9 million is ridiculous. And Ann is saying, well, he's going to have to dump a lot of money into this house. I looked at the house, not really. Ann said he'll have to dump a lot of money into the house to make it to what he wants. That's fine, but if you have to spend $5 million into this house to get it to what you want, you might as well just go ahead and buy another house, because I don't really see the reason of putting that much money into that house. The house is already beautiful enough. Anyway, so like I said, so her client went up to $4 million. He said that's the most he's willing to offer. We meet Alexa's husband. He's fine as hell. And she's just telling him what's going on at work. That ain't really that important. So then we go to, I think this is one of the last scenes. So we have Renna, Colony, and Ann. Renna invites Colony and Ann over to this house. $1.6 million. The commission would be $48,000. Pretty good commission. 6 bedrooms. I would buy the house, and I put that down because a lot of these houses, they're nice and stuff, but I just feel like they're super overpriced. But I feel like for the amount of money that they was asking for that house that has 6 bedrooms, that be my main problem with the majority of these houses. These houses be like $11, $12 million and only have 4 bedrooms. What the fuck is that? I'm not buying a house that's over $5 million and I only have 4 bedrooms. What kind of shit is that? So $1.6 million and you're giving me 6 bedrooms, I'ma fucking take it. I'ma take it. So I want that house, boo. I want that house. So anyway, so she shows them around the house, then sits them down to talk to them. She's like, I gotta talk to y'all. I'm gonna be real. I did not like what Colony had on. I kept looking at it and I'm like, is it a shirt that she just got from a men's house and, just wore regular? Or is it a men's shirt that was supposed to be turned into a dress? I don't know, but I didn't like it. I'm sorry, Colony, but you're beautiful. I just didn't like it. Anyway, so she sits them down and she tells them pretty much that she's thinking about starting her own business and would they be open to leaving Allure Realty. Now, it's a whole lot of back and forth. Now, Ann says that she would be open to leaving Allure, because she does not feel valued there. Colony says that it's messed up that Renna is trying to grab Sharelle's agents and compete with her at the same time. Now, Ann says, why not consider it? And Colony says, I'm loyal to her, and you talking about Renna, like you and Sharelle are friends, and I'm not gonna go against her. Not in the same city, doing the same thing as Sharelle. And now Colony says she's looking at Ann differently. And then Renna at the end pretty much says, like, I have been there since day one like you, but if I'm unhappy, shouldn't I pretty much be thinking about my options? Now, this is how I feel about this whole thing. I do feel like it's a tad bit shady for Rinna to try to take Colony and Ann from underneath Sharelle while she's still working for her. That part I do think is a little messed up. I do not think that it's messed up though that just because she's friends with Sharelle, that means that she can't go out and do her own thing in the same city. So let me get this right, Colony. So just because Rinna and Sharelle are friends, if she wants to now do her own thing, she has to move to an entire another city. That's pretty much insanity to me. Absolutely not. That is dumb for real as far as I'm concerned. Again, I understand the point of being like, now I'm not mad at, because I think Rinna said something to the effect of like, when Colleen was like, that's kind of messed up that you're trying to take us. And she said, well, wouldn't I? Now, I wouldn't necessarily be, I would still think it's a tad bit shady, but I wouldn't be that mad if Rinna left Allure, created her own realty, and then in the midst of her creating her business, she starts reaching out to people and top agents. Now, Colony and Ann, they say themselves that they're them top bitches. So why wouldn't somebody come after you? If it wasn't Rinna and another realty place was coming in here and was looking for people, they would reach out to y'all, because ain't y'all them bitches? So I think from a business standpoint, that makes sense. Now, I understand why it's a little shady. It is a little shady because you're technically still working for Sharelle and you're trying to like poach her employees. But as far as her getting her own thing and her doing it in the same city, who fucking cares? Who cares? Like, I'm not about to pick up and move just because me and you are friends to start a business. Absolutely not. I might not go at you, you know, purposefully as far as competition, but you're crazy to think that I'm going to pick up all my stuff where I live, where I'm from, and move to a whole nother city to spite your feelings and to spite whatever the hell it is that you got going on. Colony, who's to say, let's just say, y'all in Tampa. So let's just say that Rinna said, fuck it, I'm going to Miami, right? And Rinna goes to Miami and starts up a firm or what, you know, a realty place, and she does real good. Does that now mean that because Sharelle and Sharelle do be in Miami a lot because of Chad, does that mean now that Sharelle, when she wants to expand her business, she can't go to Miami? That's insanity. Miami is a big freaking market, and it's a huge market. That wouldn't be fair to be like, oh, well, Sharelle, you know, Rinna is already, Rinna, she's already in Miami, so I don't think you should go. No, she should still go. And I don't really know what the hell is going on here. I don't know what type of business Sharelle is running or what type of hold she got on these girls, but it bothered me. I don't want to say bothered me. It piqued my interest that Colony said, I'm loyal to her, and she also said, I'm not going against her. It's more so that I'm not going against her, because as Ann was saying, it's not going against her. It's not wrong with being loyal to your friends, but I feel like sometimes some of y'all take it too far. So you know, it's being taken a little bit too far now. And then finally, we go to Sharelle. They're in office. Sharelle goes into the back. She calls Ju in there, and I'm still confused. What is Juana's role in this company? Is she an agent? Is she just an agent? Is she HR? Is she HR and the agent? Because I don't understand why Juana was here for this conversation. I don't get that. But okay, anyway. So Sharelle tells Juana that the $8.5 million house that they've been hyping up is now under contract. So they call in. So she was like, can you call in, Ann, so we could talk to her? Ann comes in, and pretty much it's a back and forth. Sharelle is pretty much just like, did you know that the Farley, I think it's the Farley mansion, is under contract? She was like, oh, no, I didn't. And I guess she was like, she got the offer for $4 million, but she just didn't put it in, so somebody else did. And so Sharelle goes back to the whole thing of like, you can't just present any offer. And it's back on the thing of, at least I tried. And Sharelle was like, well, do you know how much the offer was that they put in? And she said, how much? She said $7 million cash. $7 million cash. And she was like, okay, well, good for them. And she was like, you're saying good for them, but you're talking about you was going to put in a $4 million bid. That doesn't help. I keep telling you that was too low. So, of course, Ann is getting a little upset. And Ann pretty much says that her commitment is to the buyer. So she will always try to do what she can for them. And Sharelle pretty much is just like, look, you need to be honest with your clients. You need to tell them if the offer is too low. And Ann pretty much says that she tried, but Ann gets upset and she walks out with her beautiful ass self. And she stomps away in probably her red bottom. So it was a cute episode for what it is. Y'all get in the comments, tell me what y'all think. I'll be back. Bye.